Hi, this is Jennifer with Urbantopia and Homestead, and I'm going to do our first video for chickens. We are going to do our brooder for our little chicks that we're going to bring home the day after tomorrow. And I wanted to show you how to set this up. It's really easy. Some things I stole from my husband. we got our light, our cardboard, and we are going to actually use newspaper. I'll tell you why in a minute. So I just have this bin because I have a whole bunch of them, so we're going to use this, and after I get everything in here I'll give you a shot of it too. So what we're going to do is put some cardboard on the bottom, and these are just from my canning jars, and we're going to put those on there. And I am going to use some shredded paper. I'm using a soy-based shredded paper, the kind we use for our gardens. And I just ran some through our shredder, and we are going to just go and we're going to cut it into smaller pieces. Now, you can totally use a some kind of bedding, you know, like you would for cages and stuff. The only thing is that you want to make sure that you do not use a cedar base kind of bedding. And that's because the cedar is not good for the chicks' lungs and stuff. It's like a pine. A pine is good for that kind of thing. You just want to put a thin layer. And I'm gonna do this, and this is gonna take a little while.
Here we go.
Okay, I think that's enough. Note to self, or note to anyone else, that is a job for kiddos. So if you have kids or grandkids, there you go. Now, I'm going to show you a picture of that in just a minute. We're going to now put, this in there. And the reason why we're going to put this in there is because we want these two to be up off the ground a little bit. You want to make sure that it's above butt level so they don't get, they don't soil in their water and in their food. So we're going to make sure that we have this over here. Now we just have 4 chicks, so this is absolutely perfect just for 4 little chicks, because May 2nd, 2012, our city council passed us to be able to have 4 chicks. So, so this is just for 4 chicks, okay? Now, this is another thing we're putting. This is a thermometer. Now you're gonna hear from different people. Some people say 90, some say 100. So keep it between 90 and 100 for your chicks. And as they get older, you can start, you know, cooling it off a little bit more. Maybe pulling the light up a little bit more, or adjusting it. And I'll do some weekly videos on this. We're going to do this. I'm going to do a video every single week that the chicks are in their brooder, and then we'll do a couple once they get out to their run. So we're going to put this in here too as well. We're just going to kind of stick it in a place where it won't get knocked over. Now, let's talk water. So because we use an unmedicated feed, I don't, we're naturalists here, so we don't use medicated feed. We use actually, our feed comes from Empire Feeds, and Don there, the owner, he gets the best stuff. He doesn't believe in crap in food. He doesn't believe in, you know, GMOs. He's you know, a big naturalist himself. He believes in you know, the natural way of things. So his feed's the best. You can get them in big 50-pound bags, which is plenty, and then his has more protein. You can go and get unmedicated feed somewhere else, but you're not going to get a natural feed with high protein like you do at Empire Feeds. And if you're wondering where Empire Feeds for you locals, if you're coming from Moses Lake, it's right on Nepal in Ephrata as you're coming on 17 there. And if you're coming from Soap Lake, it's left on Appel right there. And if you want directions, phone numbers, or what have you, you can go to empirefeeds.com as well and find all that stuff out. But so his is the best things, and you can get these little things. Get the plastic, don't get the metal, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute. And then you just kind of dump it over, and there you go. Now, I like these kind because you can screw the mason jar in. I have a crap load of mason jars, so this is good. But that's not the only reason. Another reason why is because we use raw apple cider vinegar in our water for actually for all our pets. Here we go. Woo! And it's just going to come out like that. Isn't that nifty? And the reason why we do that is because, yes, because we do not use medicated feed for any of our animals, actually. And we do a lot of homemade pet foods. Let me move that over just a little bit. And, you know, for our dogs and everything. And I put this in our dogs' water and all our pets' water and stuff. And because it helps with our digestion. It's a, we believe in preventable kind of medicine, you know, prevent it instead of, you know, deal with it, meds and stuff. So the apple cider vinegar, get the raw, get the one that still has the mother in it, because that has the most benefits to it. It helps with our digestion, it helps prevent worms, it helps prevent any kind of disease, intestinal tract disease, anything. It just helps with their overall health. And if you want to keep your, especially, you know, your chicks especially disease-free, make sure they don't get a lot of chicks will get paste butt. Look that up. And this prevents, and apple cider vinegar, the raw apple cider vinegar is what will prevent all of that. And I use a teaspoon per quart, one of these quart jars. I use a teaspoon for that, and then I use a tablespoon per gallon. Our chicken feeders are gallon ones, and so you can, I use a tablespoon for that. So anyways, we are going, let's hook up our light, and then so we can get you guys, let me get you a quickie look here without it on. Hold on. So this is just what it looks like with the light. And we have it just hanging on the handle of it. You want to make sure, and this is a really tight lamp. So we're going to, you leave it on, and it's going to, you want it to heat up. You want to do this about 24 hours before you get your chicks. So it's all nice and ready for them. Alrighty, so if you have any other questions or anything like that, just email me, Facebook me, anything, and I'll try to get them answered. Thanks.